missing the opposition and all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible. Let's do a joke like Chappelle show. This open millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just incredible. Incredible. You a joke like Chappelle show. This open millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let.
An NFC Championship game rematch. Hey, it's the coach. You're watching Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Last January, it was the Rams who prevailed in the Superdome. Now the Saints get their chance for revenge as they travel out to L.A., the city of angels. We'll have stats and scores around the league at halftime. But first, let's send it out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
On a pretty gray and hazy day here in Southern California, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Los Angeles. The city of angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints getting set to take over, and they will be led out by the all-time leading passer in NFL history in his 19th year now in the NFL, Drew Brees. Brees now on first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Let's get a quick fence.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. With Mark Ingram now in Baltimore, it's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 22 carries, 85 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
From From the gun on third down, Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? Let's say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
10 logo.
On first down, Jones. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. The numbers for Antonio Brown in last week's ball game: 9 catches, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
And one of the top receiving games in the league in week 1, and they're expecting those types of games from him each and every time out. They're going to need that from him if they want to make a move towards a league title.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Catch is made by Harry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Looking to throw. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jones now. Going to throw again. And he's got it. And he's brought down. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down. Here's Jones. Operating from the gun. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. N'Keal Harry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns and got another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Completes this one to Meredith. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Now Breeze. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Breeze now. That'll be complete to Cook. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Breeze going to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 2nd and goal. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that?
on, what does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Von Bell up to make the tackle. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a blitz coming, and down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Jones. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Jones to throw again. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass. That's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception. That's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. Kyler Murray, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. A touchdown right there for Phillip Lindsay. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Ben Roethlisberger, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the play.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Evan Ingram, 77 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Myles Jack there to make the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Now Brown. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So here are the Rams to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A first down carry for Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Klein on the tackle there. Again, it's Barkley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
A run by Barkley, going to go backwards as he's going to lose right around 3 yards here. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On the toss, here's Michel.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on. Hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league.
And he's into the clear. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are back within a single score.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it. That despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 44. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot. So short. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the Saints' 43-yard line.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he hits his man, Matthews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Matthews on the receiving end from Brees. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze, complete. Smith has it.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. Throwing now is Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw, Breeze. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack. To throw is Breeze. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the eye. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good. But at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Breeze. He finds Matthews. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.